Okay, watch. Watch. The 3 fundamental principles I did. Number 2, I did. Number 3, I did. Say yeah. Okay, here we go. Watch. Anything that contains carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen chemically bonded together is what?
Organic compound.
It's organic, okay? And how are organic compounds held together?
Covalent bond.
That's right. And are covalent bonds strong or weak?
Strong.
They're strong. So do you, because we are mostly made up of organic compounds, right? Carbs, fats, lipids. When you take a shower, do you dissolve in the shower?
Not yet.
Right. Sometimes you do. If you're all liquored up, maybe. Yeah. Right. But we also contain inorganic compounds, right? Compounds that are chemically bonded together that don't contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Say yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And our inorganic compounds, yes, inorganic, they are held together how? Ionically, right? Ionic bonds. And are ionic bonds weak or strong? They're weak. And you learned that when ionically bonded compounds get dissolved in bodily fluids, the water breaks those bonds apart. Say yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And when it breaks it apart, it forms ions. Who's with me? Okay. Do we produce electricity in our body?
Yes.
Yeah. You better hope you do. So the heart and the nervous system produce electricity. And that electricity is produced by inorganic compounds getting dissolved in our bodily fluids. Say yes. And when they're inorganic compounds, like give me an example.
Write something. Potassium chloride.
Oh, I just put an N, so I'll do that one next.
Sodium chloride.
Good. Right? You don't have salt crystals floating around in your arteries and veins, right? Because we're mostly water, and when that inorganic compound gets dissolved in bodily fluids, yes, water, it breaks apart and it forms an atom with a positive charge and an atom with a negative charge. Say yes.
Yes.
And just like a battery, which has a positive and negative end, that battery has the capability of producing electricity. So these ions, sodium and chloride, are examples of these. These ions have the ability to produce electricity and therefore are 2 examples of electrolytes. Say yeah. What's the goal of the body? So you have to have homeostatic levels of these electrolytes, or guess what systems don't work so good? Your heart and your nervous system. Say yes.
Yes.
So watch. When somebody doesn't read the textbook or watch prep videos, in some states, judges will sentence them to lethal injection. Can you imagine that? Anyways, the lethal injection is potassium. So by injecting potassium into somebody's vein, you alter the homeostatic level of potassium and your heart stops. That's how you kill somebody. So if you don't like somebody and you certainly don't want to inject it into them, here, honey, here's 47 bananas.
Could we eat too many bananas?
Just 47.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that.
It'll be a lot. They say you can eat 2 bananas a day.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm talking, you got to eat a lot,
Right.
right? Because watch, the body does stuff that makes sense. If you're eating bananas and there's potassium in bananas, after your blood levels of potassium get a little up, higher than normal, your GI tract prevents the absorption of potassium and you crap it out. And that burns, by the way. I don't know that. Say Say yeah.
What should the blood level of potassium be?
What's the blood level?
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
Okay, sorry.
Yep. Tell me you're with me. You're following this. So what are two examples of electrolytes? And you better get, I'm telling you right now, you're going to give me the chemical symbol,
And the name.
the correct charge, and the name. Say yeah. Sodium chloride. What's this?
Magnesium chloride.
And when that gets dissolved in bodily fluids, it breaks apart into, with a positive 2 charge, and chloride with a negative charge. Say yeah. What's this? There you go. Do I have to do it? Good. Are you with me? All right. Watch. You're going to have to live with this one. What's that? Bicarbonate is considered an electrolyte. Just live with that. How many do you need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Of course. Whoops. What's this? Right? And that breaks apart into C8 plus 2 and chloride. Say yeah. Did I give you 6 examples of electrolytes? Did I? There's others. These are the big ones. Know this. Know this. Know this. Potassium and sodium are intimately involved in producing electrical impulses, right? They're big players in producing the electricity. Calcium is involved in muscle contraction. Got me?
Magnesium doesn't have something to do with muscle?
It does. I don't want to talk about it right now. Magnesium is actually involved in metabolism, and magnesium will actually prevent can prevent muscle contraction. So how many people have been pregnant? Right? When you're about to pop out a fetus and you're going into premature labor, they will give you magnesium because magnesium prevents the uterus from contracting.
Magnesium makes you vomit. Nice experience.
Really?
Yep.
Well, don't take any magnesium. Yeah, it decreases GI activity, and if your intestines don't go this way, they reverse peristalsis. Yeah. Tell me you got that. Yeah? So these are what you should kind of understand. And more on that later. Okay? Here we go. Watch. In this class right now, there are 2 compartments in the body. There's stuff inside the cell and stuff outside the cell. Say yes. So it's intracellular. How do you spell that? Blur. You can figure it out. You got me? And extracellular. Say yeah. And watch. What's this space between the cell and the capillary called? Nice. Interstitial space. I don't distinguish between, just watch. In this class right now, and I'll tell you when it's different. It is the capillary and the blood. Say yes. And the capillaries outside the cell and the stuff that's inside the cell is inside the cell. That's pretty simple. Say yeah.
Yeah.
Where's sodium highly concentrated always? Always. In the blood. Say yes.
Yeah.
And watch it. When you measure an electrolyte, you will see this because you will be reading labs as a nursing student, right? They're measured as milliequivalents. And milliequivalents is abbreviated as MEQ. Have you ever seen that? Anytime you see MEQ, you know that you're dealing with an electrolyte. Are you with me? All right? So watch. And the normal blood levels of sodium. Hang on. The normal blood levels of sodium, come on, you punk, is 135 to 145 milliequivalents per liter. Where's sodium highly concentrated? In the blood. Where's potassium highly concentrated? Always. 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 In the cell. You got me? When they draw your blood, what are they looking at? Stuff in the blood. So watch. When they draw your blood, where's potassium highly concentrated? In the cell. So I'm spitballing here. Which would be higher? The blood levels of sodium or the blood levels of potassium? Sodium. Because where's sodium highly concentrated? In the blood. And when they draw the blood, you're only looking at stuff in the blood. So potassium levels in the blood are 3.5 to 5.5 milliequivalents per liter. Say yeah. You're with me? Because you don't measure the potassium in the cell. You only measure it in the blood, and potassium's always highly concentrated in the cell. Where's calcium highly concentrated? There's only two places it can be in this drawing. All right. You know what? For right now, and I'll explain why later. Just take this. We're going to say calcium's highly concentrated in the blood. Okay? And the blood levels of calcium, God, I can't write, are 9.5 to 10.5 milliequivalents per liter. Say yeah.
Yeah.
Can you find sodium in your diet? You can't swing a dead cat without hitting sodium, right? Potassium, little harder, right? So if somebody's blood level of potassium is low, it's a little harder for them to get that potassium in their diet. That's why when you're on diuretics, your kidneys pee out all that potassium. That's why these people are on potassium supplements, because your kidneys losing that potassium. Say yeah. All right. So, all right, we'll end it there today. Listen up. Guys, come on. Look, I'm trying to help you. Yes? You got to do that upfront work. You got to watch those prep videos. Yeah? Do me a favor. I went over the electrolytes. I gave you 6 examples. I defined it. I gave you the blood levels. Say yes. I answered that question. I'm going to be going over which way the equation goes on Tuesday.
Watch it.
Yep. Make sure you watch it, right? I gave you a little background information, and then I'm going to start going over osmosis and diffusion and osmotic pressure and stuff. Make sure you look at that stuff.
So, does it say on this what video we're supposed to be at? Because I'm just.
No. And I'm not going to do that. Just watch them. Just watch them. You got me? Say yes.
How many questions we're gonna get during the quiz?
No, I haven't.
So it's random, it can be 1 to 10?
No, it's not going to be one. I don't know. It's different every semester. It really is.